Hello, I'm Adele, and this is the first time in my life I've ever been employed for my driving skills.
Adele's an absolute legend in the Fremantle Society. I'm John Dowson, I'm the current president of the Fremantle Society. Well, car parks are essential for any city centre. Unfortunately, the council's been selling off a lot of the car parks, and that not only provided a much needed service, but it also generated a lot of revenue for the ratepayers. We are at the what used to be known as the Spicer site. It was sold to Sirona for $6.5 million on the basis that it be redeveloped, would help revitalise Fremantle. That was 9 years ago. Nothing's been redeveloped. Then they decided to just sell it for a profit of over $1 million to Twiggy Forrest. 9 years later, nothing has happened. The money that used to go to council, it now goes privately to Twiggy Forrest. It was supposed to be redeveloped for a hotel. Who knows what Twiggy Forrest will do with it? When we're talking about it, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
And was that about the same time that this market was sold to Murdoch?
Well, the market wasn't sold to Murdoch's, but it was about the same time. You know, the most valuable asset that the ratepayers still own, that was leased to the Murdoch for 20 years at a rent much less than what council would have got. It gave it to the Murdoch's instead of putting it out for public tender. They've got the profit instead of the ratepayers. Council's about to give them another extension. They're going to give the markets to the Murdoch's again for another long lease. All of this hopefully will be redeveloped into a high quality hotel or something like that. We hope Twiggy Forrest does a good job and doesn't do something that doesn't fit in. This is the biggest car park in Fremantle. This is the Queensgate car park. It's a building that obviously makes a lot of money, an absolute jewel in the crown of the assets that they had. They could have leased it to Sirona for 50 years or 100 years, but they sold it. Just been sold by Sirona for $250 million. That's 75% of their investment in the King Square project. The total project is worth $333 million. Considering they put in $220 million as their contribution to the whole project, it gives them a profit of over 50%, $113 million. Sirona's done very well. So we are at the old Stan Riley site. We've got this synagogue behind us. It actually is not council land. It actually is vested in council, but it is part of the curtilage of the World Heritage listed prison. Council demolished the Stan Riley Centre. Even though it was derelict, it was being used by St Pat's, so that meant the council had to pay $250,000 to relocate those people and had to spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars building this for just a very short period of time, because the state government has now come along and said that this land they want for the new police station. So this car park will disappear. Phillimore Street, and the corner of Phillimore Street and Cliff Street. This was going to be given away to one of the councillor's friends as a bar. That would have meant all the car bays would be taken away. This car park at the moment is safe, but it's on the cards to go. Leisure Centre car park on the council's 10-year plan to be sold.
How much is it being sold for?
Well, that's the secret, but hoping to get to about $10 or $15 million for this. And it's in their 10-year plan, but they deny they're going to sell it, and it would destroy the views to the Arts Centre. The Leisure Centre are very happy to have it, and they need it for their customers.
Where are people expected to park for the leisure centre?
Oh, they come on their bike.
What are the council planning to do with the land? Any idea?
Oh, sell it for lots of apartments.
How do you have this information? You say council's denying it.
Well, it's in their 10-year plan, but the council hadn't read the 10-year plans. They're going to need to sell these assets because of King Square.
Because of debt?
Oh, huge debt, yes, $40 million debt.
$40 million debt. What was the council reserves before the King Square development?
Well, instead of being in debt, they had masses of assets. So the number of assets, income-producing assets they owned, has dropped considerably. And of course, this is an income-producing asset, and to lose it would be a pity. And of course, the leisure centre needs it.
Have you got any idea how much car parks in general were generating for the city before they decided to sell them?
The total, I don't know the total. It would be in the millions every year. It was a very, very big part of the revenue for the council was the car parking. It's dwindling because of at least 6 car parks that are getting the chop, yes.